Hello guys, welcome back. I feel like I got run over by a truck. I don't know what it was. I spent most of the day laying down. Um, Loki has limits to him, and when you deal with him, you have to realize that. He'd been pretty damn good about this series, and I kept waiting for the explosion to come because I knew sooner or later not being the center of attention would break him. I get what? And Inori was the final straw. He chased Inori off before, and he's done it again. They got along just barely, so I can make the video, and I'm sure Loki thinks that's going to work out in Loki's favor, and then Nori's gone. So that happened, and I was trying to make a video for you earlier about how important it is to set parameters with Loki, but sometimes you will set parameters and he will walk all over them. He had deliberately messed up a recording last night. Inori retaliated by showing he can mess up recordings too, because if we're going to have a fight, let's involve the human. And, know, then Loki decided to get his revenge on me by super baking the pot pie, and it actually was like the best pot pie. So strangely, his revenge on me actually turned out pretty good for me. He's just, he has his limits, and he didn't want to share with Inori. And I'm like, do you guys have a history? Do you just not like each other? What's going on? Won't say. And I said, you could go to Japan and visit his temples and go to his parades and everything if this is what's bothering you. You're literally a god. You can go anywhere in the world you want. Okay. And I had tried to discuss it with Inori, and they spoke when we first met. And I think if I hear 2 sentences from them every time they come around, it's a lot. And they wouldn't have minded if Loki had come. If that's what they thought, it was a thing, like a territory thing, they wouldn't have cared if Loki would have came visit. That was the general impression I was getting. So, is it the fox thing? And yet, and that cross, when he crosses his arms and he's leaning back against something, he's giving you that look. Look. Also getting rude gestures, and Odin was helping him because they follow the same pattern every single time. One will distract and one attacks. They always do it. One's distracting, the other one attacks. And it's kind of unfortunate, but I tried to see Loki's side of it last night. I actually didn't get angry. I'm like, okay, I get it. You hear me praising other gods to the moon and back every day. It's gotta be hard. Had I put up with him picking a random human on this planet and praising them for a half hour every day for like a month, I think I would have broke on the first day. I think I would have been like, are you comparing us? It was never about comparing Loki to any. You're supposed to be kind of stupid. It was never about comparing Loki to any of these other gods. Oh my god, it was like giving you a profile on each god that I've worked with. Odin's the smart one in the family. I'm sorry, I can fix this. Don't fix anything any more than you fixed it. So Inari kind of like said their goodbyes and they left. And it's funny, somebody somewhere is trying to tell me something. I think Uller is giving me their message loud and clear. We were supposed to get snow last night, like an inch or so. I got up, not a single flake on the ground. We were supposed to get snow all day today, steady, and snow tonight and snow tomorrow morning. We're supposed to have a beautiful cavalcade of snow. Do you know there's literally not a single flake in this entire town? And you'll go on the Weather Channel, it tells you it's snowing, and I'm like, wait, what? It's not snowing. I keep going out and looking. I'm like, did it just not snow? And one ran. No, it's not snowing. It's like Uller or somebody or something is trying to get my attention and say, hey, look, you've got a problem here. It's definitely, you're pushing your god just a little bit too far. He's been pretty damn good. But, in all honesty, after everybody came in and got their video, they kind of quietly settled back in, and then I know very well Fox has been going around with his tail in a fluff and getting rid of his competition. I'll fix it! And Odin's been planting Gungnir in unpleasant places, and I'm good, like, looking at the floor like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. And Freyr and Freyr will run in too, because these are a group of gods that they love to fight. So, Valhalla is fighting every day, dying and getting up and partying all night. So yeah, I'm surprised they behaved as well as they did for as long as they did. But we're coming up on Yule. There was supposed to be something for Yule, the procession of the boar's head, like at 7 a.m. this morning, but just didn't get to see it. Well, listen to it. It was on the classical radio station. And I asked Freyr, do you want to see that? Or, listen to it. And nobody was interested. So I was like, okay, but we're going to try to have a ham. And we're going to, it's like one of those teeny tiny canned hams, like literally that big, is like slightly bigger than a can of Spam. And just a couple other things. But Loki's been being, he was good up until Inari. And Inari was his breaking point. And I didn't think it was fair the way he reacted, but I could see his side. I could see he was hurt. I could see he felt, Inari does have a reputation for coming in and kicking the other kami out. It's not that Inari does it. Inari doesn't have to. Inari is the kami of business people and just knows what wares to put out and kind of drives everyone everyone else out of business. It's kind of like when Walmart comes in. But in Inari's case, it feels, I'd say, 80% more passive. He's not willingly trying to get rid of the other Kami, but at the same time, their loss is his game. Kami can be a little opportunistic. I have one book on Inari somewhere that tells you they're usually pretty good, they're usually pretty sweet, but they are a fox, and they will sometimes see if they can put that little paw out and get more. And Loki can get along with him for a hot minute, and they are brother foxes, or sister foxes, or them foxes. And they will be talking about all the things they love about each other, I get the sense, and then they're back to squabbling, and I'm like, you two just can't be in the same house. I can't have you two in the same house. So Nori left, so that ends the Kami section, and it might be a cooldown period for God of the Day. Loki has been fucking fantastic about this. He's never before in all the years we've had the channel had to put up this long with sharing his human time with someone else as much as he's had. He doesn't care about Odin. It doesn't matter. That's nice. And he doesn't care about Norse gods. And sometimes he can be indifferent to deities from other pantheons, but sometimes he's greedy and he overreaches. So is Odin. They're both greedy and they're both ambitious, and they'll both say, you knew how I was, and now I'm being greedy and grabbing stuff, and you don't love me anymore. And wolves are, I think, set to fall out of the sky. Wolves kind of disappeared from my life, so I knew Odin was kind of pissed, but Odin withdraws stuff. Odin pulls back to see if he'll notice. Yes, I noticed. No wolves, no crows, no ravens. All that disappeared out of my feed like overnight. And Loki does this weird thing where he can withdraw, but then he comes in and he does something dramatic, like he was messing with my recording equipment. And he really took out his rage on that pot pie, but that was the best pot pie I've tasted. So, it's kind of weird. I think he kind of almost sort of did it on purpose, but he honestly seemed surprised that it tasted that great, because it smelled like he burned it. It smelled like I was going to find charcoal on the inside. It was actually beautiful. Yeah. So, I can't really get mad at him. He is a spoiled prince, and I know it, and I know I do it on purpose. Not like I'm trying to see how spoiled he can be, but I know I let him get away with a lot I shouldn't. I'm a pushover. I've been told it before. When it comes to someone I love, I'm usually pushover, and I don't set up good limits. And this might be a thing of them seeing if I'll set up limits, but, I wouldn't count Inari out, because every time they think they've gotten rid of him and they're doing the wolf dance and the fox dance, and it's all for Loki and all for Odin. Can't remember who he was, huh? Then Inari will come back in. I think if I really made an issue out of it, they would, let Inari back in. But like I said at the end of the video, we're really just really good friends. I'm not serving Inari in that sense, and Inari's not giving me things in a sense. We just like each other's company. You can do that with a god, by the way. You don't have to be in a work together relationship. You can just like each other and like spending time with each other. In fact, I don't know why I never brought it up because I found out that works better with quite a few of the gods I know. They come around, we just spend time with each other, kind of talk about problems, but they don't promise anything and I don't ask for anything. And that works a lot better because, sometimes they just want a friend. They don't want to have that relationship with you. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Bad fox. He's back here. Tell him what happened to all the foxes. You be quiet. There's a thing in Japan that tourists go there all the time, and there's cute little foxes there. Well, it's kind of a place actually to test foxes against these viruses that are running rampant in Japan and foxes. And they offer fox parts because we might not agree with it, but it's not our culture, so we don't get to go storm over there all angry, acting like PETA. Traditional offering for Inari was fox parts. I think like the hind leg, like we kind of have that rabbit foot hoodoo tradition. It was like the hind leg or a tail or something else. It was considered a lovely symbolic gift. What the exact meaning was, I don't know, but it was considered a loving gift. Like ancient Egyptians would offer cats to Bastet, which were dispatched by the priest because it was thought who better to carry a prayer to Bastet than a cat. We might not agree with that, but that's not our culture. So it's just one of those things, and now all of a sudden Loki's like a vegetarian, vegan, PETA member back here. He just had me make chicken pot pie. Don't let him fool you. Chickens! So we're gonna wrap it up there, but he's full of beans lately. I think he's crying because he didn't get the snow. It was supposed to snow for like over 24 hours at this point, and not a single flake. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.